and white. Peralta in the light trunks, Foreman in the dark. Foreman at 213, Peralta 198. Peralta, the seasoned fighter, 9th rated among the heavyweights, the first testing challenge for the 21-year-old Foreman, who has only fought 15 times professionally but won 13 by way of knockout. Peralta with 85 bouts under his belt, 73 victories, 5 defeats, 7 draws. Peralta will use his experience trying to stay away from the bigger, stronger, younger man. Foreman with a left that is like a lamppost, a recurring piston, if you will. We have 2 minutes left in round 1. Peralta, white trunks, Foreman, blue. Foreman keeps using the left, and Peralta coming back with 2 quick lefts. Peralta is largely a left-hand fighter, left-arm fighter. But a good competitor, very smart. Minute and a half left in the round. Tying George up on the inside. Now about a minute to go in the round. Under New York State scoring rules, we have a mandatory 8 count. You cannot be saved by the bell. 3 knockdowns in a given round is the automatic end of the fight. Foreman moving downstairs with a left to the midsection. As you see, Peralta is using as a tactic, tying up George on the inside, preventing him from getting leverage and punching room. We have about 20 seconds left in round 1.
One sunny afternoon, Olive, Bean, and Walnut were strolling along when they ran into Hat, a Lincoln-esque type.
Hi, Hat. You still in politics?
No, not for years. I'm a Lincoln National Financial Planner.
Said Walnut rudely.
You're a life insurance man.
That and more. I help people realize their dreams for the future. For example, Olive is a man of substance and should know all about annuities, retirement plans, and other investments. I can help him. And I can help young Bean protect his family while he's getting his business started.
Insurance is insurance, and who needs it?
Hat invited Olive and Bean to call him for full facts and went on his way. The 3 continued their stroll. Suddenly, quick as a wink, a squirrel rushed out of a side street, seized Walnut, and ran off.
I do hope that nut had some life insurance.
Olive winced. He hated puns. If you don't talk to the man from Lincoln National about planning your financial future, you may be a bit squirrely.
We approach the start of round 2. George coming out quickly after Peralta. Quick attack under the instructions of his manager, Dick Savage. Took Peralta by surprise momentarily. No, don't be misled. Foreman was off balance. Peralta didn't get to him. Crowd will yell. Aggressiveness counts, as you all know, in the scoring. There's Peralta coming back with a good combination and with still another left. That left just got into George again and again. Lightly, but it got in there. George is likely to find Peralta, who is 35 years of age, who used to fight on his toes, but as he's gotten older, the way most of them do, now stands flat-footed and uses his experience and knowledge to stay alive. Look at that. 3 consecutive lefts as he moved George backward across the ring. George is likely to find Peralta a very cagey cookie. Peralta holding, though, as George lands a left and a right. We have about a minute and a half left in this, the second round. Gregario Peralta of Argentina in the white trunks. George Foreman in the blue. Light and black if you're watching, and light and dark if you're watching in black and white. One minute left in the second round. Keep watching, if you will, the way Peralta will get to the inside and tie Foreman up just as George thinks he's got punching room. Those rights of Foreman's to the midsection may in the ultimate take their toll. Seemed to do nothing at the time. A left by Foreman getting in there, but Peralta coming after him. Good left to the midsection by Peralta. Seconds left in the round. We're going to look at that good left now in slow motion that Foreman landed. There it is against Peralta.
He's coming off! Throw the ball! Throw the ball! Slade! What do you mean, Slade?
Start of round 3, George Foreman against Gregario Peralta. Foreman blue trunks, Peralta in the white trunks. Quick note, interesting, you probably missed it, I'm sure you did, working Peralta's corner. Gil Clancy, the well-known manager of Emil Griffith, and Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, close friend of Angelo Dundee, always works the corner with Angie for Jimmy Ellis. And it's interesting because, as you know, Peralta was recently to have fought Ellis in Buenos Aires in a fight that never did come off. Foreman pursuing Peralta at the moment. Again, George is working to the midsection, as he did in the prior round. Always Peralta throws the left, chasing Foreman partway across the ring with it. Peralta is essentially a one-armed fighter. Always the left. Rarely does he throw the right, and even more rarely does he land it effectively. Again, he's tying up Foreman on the inside. Less than 2 minutes to go in this, the third round. Don't forget, tomorrow on ABC, NBA basketball, New York versus Baltimore at 1:55 Eastern Time, followed at 4 p.m. Eastern and Pacific Time by the American Sports. Again, Peralta tying up George on the inside. A classic fight in its way, even if not at this present second exciting. Near slip by Peralta. Classic because it's youth against age, inexperience against wisdom, guile against strength. Testing challenge, George Foreman tonight. We have 1 minute left in round 3. Again, Peralta getting in a couple of quick lefts. George missing with the right. George pursuing with the left, but not landing really. Coming up, of course, the big one for the heavyweight championship of the world, Joe Frazier against Jimmy Ellis. Right after Foreman against Peralta, the bout you're watching. 30 seconds left in round 3. bottom of the screen speaking for itself as the round runs out. Slip, no knockdown.
There's a gusto world that's big enough for a man, and sometimes comes a big enough man willing to take it on. He knows you only go around once in life, and that's why he grabs for all the gusto he can. Even in the beer he drinks, he's got a thirst only a gusto brew will do for, and won't settle for anything smaller. You'll see him one day, maybe in a mirror. When you do, buy him a Schlitz. He's the man we made it for. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
The bell for round 4 as again we watch Foreman come out of his corner against Peralta. Various unofficial scorecards at ringside indicate Foreman winning 2 of the rounds. Second round being called even or for Peralta as they variously say. Unofficial barometer of scoring from men who've spent much of their lives covering boxing. A minute into round 4. While the bout has a long way to go, it may be that it'll take fatigue on Peralta's part for Foreman to flatten him if he ever does. A complaint, as you saw, to the referee from Peralta. Might even have hit him. We're almost 2 minutes into round 4. George Foreman is having a very difficult time finding punching room against Peralta, who 1 minute backs off and the next minute ties him up. The crowd oohed and awed, but Foreman's left, which looked impressive, landed on Peralta's right arm. Peralta himself, as we've noted, essentially a one-armed fighter, the left, the left, the left. Does virtually nothing with the right. There's the left into Foreman once and again twice. Only a half a minute to go in round 4. Scheduled 10 round. Foreman against Peralta. A good left by Peralta after a right by Foreman. Foreman was open. He had dropped the right, and Peralta got the left in. End of round 4. Let's have another look at that Peralta left. There's the glancing right by Foreman. Now the left that misses. Now there's Foreman's right down. Up comes the left. There it is. We'll be back in a moment.
This specially equipped Montego is lower priced than any other comparably equipped intermediate hardtop you can buy anywhere. Don't let anyone tell you different. This Mercury Montego Action Special carries a lower price tag than any other intermediate hardtop comparably equipped. And I mean equipped. There's a big 250 cubic inch 6 behind that power thrust grill. You get deluxe wheel covers, white walls, and carpeting door to door. Montego adds the luxury of high-level ventilation and a smoother riding wheelbase, 5 inches longer than many of its competitors. Mercury Montego Action Special. You can't buy a lower-priced, comparably equipped intermediate hardtop anywhere.
Anywhere.
Montego, priced for action. At the sign of the cat.
The FBI goes after hijackers tomorrow night on ABC.
Incidentally, as we go into round 5 with Foreman charging out again, Mark Kahn told his reporter that, yes, indeed, he was hit accidentally by that blow back in the 4th round. Well, why not? Why not? Well, crowd oohed over what some might have thought was a low left by Peralta, and then Foreman came back with a good left to the right side of Peralta's face. Foreman using the left more, and that's one of the things Sadler was apparently telling him in the corner. Now the crowd booing Foreman for the tactic you saw, holding him around the neck with the right and then hitting him with the left. Caution to Foreman from referee Mark Kahn. The crowd picking it up. We're a little over 1 minute into round 5. Excited about this fight because it's by far the most testing challenge the young Olympic champion has had professionally up till now. You couldn't have expected otherwise because of Peralta's ranking and because of his experience. Again, a near slip by Peralta. The left, a glancing left by Foreman as Peralta was off balance. Did no damage. There is some blood over Foreman's right eye. It appears to be on the bottom. Yes, there is a slit just over Foreman's right eye. Perhaps you can detect it. Does not appear serious at this moment unless the flow of blood starts to go down into the eye. Now Foreman is belaboring Peralta, and for the first time, Peralta appears a little tired. Just 10 seconds left in round 5 with Peralta fighting back, but obviously tired. Blood over Foreman's right eye.
If there's one thing about winter people can't stand, it's a car that can't stand the cold. Can't get started most mornings. Lacks pep and power. There's a good answer for a car like that.
STP gas treatment. You'll feel the difference.
STP gasoline treatment helps ensure faster winter starts. Gives you real winter go power. This winter, make your car a real fast starter with STP gas treatment.
You'll feel the difference with the very first can.
That's Andy Granatelli, automotive expert and president of STP. You might not expect a guy like Granatelli to worry like everybody else about cold weather starts. But while he's inside, burning the midnight oil, out here it's freezing. So Andy uses STP oil treatment, not because he makes it, but because it works like antifreeze for your oil. Helps any engine start easier all winter long. Have your service station add STP to your oil and get the edge on winter.
start of round 6. Peralta got in a good one after 2 quickies by Foreman. Peralta counterpunched with a good one. Peralta suddenly using the right. That's the second time in this round, and really the first time in the bout that Peralta showed a right. Up till now, he's been a one-arm fighter. A good right lead by Foreman that stunned Peralta just secondarily. Action's been much sharper in the last round than in this one. Experts around ringside unofficially make this a very close bout up till now. Perhaps Foreman slightly in the lead. Perhaps. Sitting here at ringside, you can see red welts across Peralta's midsection from the pounding that Foreman gave him there in the early round. As the crowd yelling again over a Peralta chopping right. Red Smith, the famous syndicated sports columnist, just said Peralta's discovered a new punch. He's sitting around 3 seats from me down toward my left here at ringside. That cut has just been opened over Foreman's right eye again. So far, no real flow of blood from it. We have a little less than 2 minutes to go, and this the 6th round. Foreman, the blue or dark trunks. Peralta, the white or light trunks. Correction, a little less than 1 minute. This is a good one, and it's going to be a good teaching experience for George Foreman. 10 seconds left to go in round 6.
Water. We can't live without it. But chances are, if nature herself doesn't contaminate it, man probably will. That's why Weyerhaeuser scientists are now at work on new approaches to managing the quality of water. High in the Cascade Mountains, totally isolated from man-made contamination, Weyerhaeuser limnologists devote full time to a scientific study of water and its relationship to aquatic life. It's only one example of Weyerhaeuser's efforts to help solve the problems of man and his environment. So the next time somebody says, it's time we did something about water pollution, tell them about Weyerhaeuser, working on tomorrow's ideas today.
Sitting to my left is the official counter as we await the start of round 7. For this bout is Tony Perez, a gifted young referee here in New York State. I hope you can see the material above Foreman's right eye that they placed there to stop the flow of blood. Dick Sadler, Foreman's manager, looks just a little bit worried. Feinting Foreman, out of position and all off balance. He hasn't given. Foreman punching room the way George has been getting it against more unworthy opponents all night. Good combination by Foreman. Coming in strongly against Peralta now. But Peralta taking the punches. Once Willie Pastrano, never noted as a puncher, stopped Peralta in the 5th round, but that was because of cuts. Peralta has always been a determined competitor. Jab in, and that's what he's got to keep doing as we have 1 minute left to go in this, the 7th round. Foreman, blue or dark trunks against Peralta, light or white trunks. George must get that jab working against Peralta's face. Appears to set him up for the combinations that could perhaps put Peralta down. But as of now, he shows no ability to put them together. Not against this cagey warrior. We have a half minute to go in round 7. Foreman, who's only had to go 10 rounds once in his professional life, although he's throwing leather, seems a little bit tired to this reporter.
He wouldn't dream of using the same deodorant that I use. I'm a woman. He's all man. He uses this, Command Tahitian Lime Antiperspirant. So effective, it's not even recommended for women. Command's made strictly to help stop a man's wetness, a man's odor. And only Command has Tahitian Lime. Coming, darling.
Command also makes Command hairspray for men only. And I mean men.
The signs that mean your battery is dying. Number 1, when your engine idles, your lights dim. 2, the turn signal blinks slower than it used to. 3, the motor just barely turns over. Time to get the Die Hard. And you'll get extra starting power to start your car when most batteries won't. That's why it's called the Die Hard. Sold only at Sears.
The bell for round 8. Peralta chasing him across the ring with that left. Crowd being excited by it. Brenner, the Garden matchmaker, made an interesting observation this morning before the weigh-in. He said half the press says Peralta will be a soft touch for Foreman. The other half says that I've overmatched Foreman too early in his career. Now, how do you figure that? In the meantime, it's a good fight. 2 minutes to go in this, the 8th round. almost 2 minutes into round 8. The action is slowed in this round, as you have seen. Both fighters are a little bit fatigued, but Peralta is used to fighting fatigued, and Foreman isn't. Yells as Peralta lands a left. They see Peralta coming on in this bout. Again, a left by Peralta. A good right by Foreman there. Ten seconds left in the 8th round.
After 46 years of putting people on the road, we at Hertz have learned what it is to travel, and that a traveler's problems aren't always solved by renting a good Ford from us. We've come to realize that the most sophisticated traveler away from home is still a man alone and away from home. So, as a company, we've learned to help the traveler, and more important, we've given our people the means with which to help. Others may rent you a car. We rent you a company.
The Fifth Dimension's guest star on It Takes a Thief on Monday on ABC.
Has just thrown a left that landed against Foreman. Now he goes with a right. Some of the action back at ringside that took place in round 8. Don't forget, coming up after this, you've just seen Foreman connect with a looping right. Ellis against Frazier for the heavyweight championship of the world. Round 9. Tough fight for George Foreman. Unofficial scoring around ringside. Very close. Foreman slightly in the lead. Seasoned Peralta doing just about what the matchmaker Teddy Brenner expected. Putting up a whale of a battle against the younger, stronger man, giving away 15 pounds, but using his experience to tie Foreman up on the inside, never to give Foreman the leverage for the thunderous lefts and rights that he was able to use as an amateur in his first 15 professional fights. Now Foreman got in a good left and a right and hurt Peralta. Peralta was hurt. Going at him, but not putting him down. But Peralta hurt. Peralta calling on all his guile, trying to tie Foreman up inside. Foreman pushing him off. The crowd sensing the kill. Peralta now in the corner, as you see. Foreman flailing away at him and not landing the one good punch that could put him down. truth. It's a tired George Foreman, and his punches don't have the power that they had earlier. And he just can't put Peralta down. Little more than a minute left in this, the 9th round. Peralta on the attack now. Not doing any damage, but Peralta turning aggressive. This is what I meant by Peralta being a dogged competitor. It was a good left by Foreman, but Peralta right in there, and a good right, too. Seconds left of an exciting round with Foreman belaboring Peralta, but Peralta gamely fighting back. The crowd is on its feet and cheering. The noise speaks for itself. Now in replay, we see an exchange between Foreman and Peralta. Foreman hurting Peralta, having him against the ropes, hitting him with lefts and rights, largely to the midsection, a couple to the head. Peralta getting away from the ropes, Foreman pursuing him. Getting him in the corner, Peralta coming out of the corner, trying to tie Foreman up, not quite able to do it. But Foreman, younger, stronger, only 21, not able to put down the man of 35. The crowd responding to the courage of Peralta on the one hand and the aggressiveness of Foreman on the other. You saw them shake hands. They're out there for round 10. George Foreman in the blue trunks, or the dark trunks if you're in black and white. And Peralta in the white trunks or the light trunks. The only sign of blood in the fight was Foreman's blood. The crowd yells as Peralta lands a right, as Peralta attempts to buffet Foreman with a couple of more rights. Foreman's blood above the right eye, a minor slit, never amounted to anything up to this point. Best round in the fight for Foreman, the 9th round, the one just over. We're in the 10th. We have about 2 minutes left in the fight. Scoring on a round system, supplemental point system if the rounds are even. This is a town for underdogs. It's the city of the Mets and the city of the Jets, and they love to see the underdog come on. Looks really tired to this report. Really tired. He is doubtless in the lead in the scoring, but you never really know. The fight is not that widely disparate. Left and right combination to the head. Drawing upon inner resources, trying to end it if he can. Less than a minute left in the fight. That, in fairness to Foreman, he was off balance. He was not hit. He was not hurt. Crowd yelling because of their feeling for the underdog. This has been one well of a 10-rounder. Even before the heavyweight championship fight, seconds left in the bout. Been letting the roars of the crowd speak for themselves as the referee and the judges have rendered their decision. Now Johnny Addy.
Tony Castellano, 5-4, 1 even, Foreman. Jack Gordon, 7-3, Foreman. Referee Bob Kahn, 9-1, Foreman. Winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, George Foreman.
George Foreman, winner by a unanimous decision. The crowd booing that decision, booing it vociferously. I'm going into the ring to talk with George. We'll be back.